everybody! Today we're going to be reading a book about one of my favorite architects, Zaha Hadid. And this book is called The World is Not a Rectangle, a portrait of architect Zaha Hadid. And it's by Jeanette Winter. In Iraq, rivers flow through green marshes. Wind swoops across sand dunes and through ancient cities. Zaha Hadid sees the rivers and marshes and dunes and ruins with her father and imagines what cities looked like thousands of years ago. In Baghdad, where Zaha lives with her family, she dreams of designing her own cities. Zaha looks long and hard at patterns in her Persian carpet and sees how the shapes and colors flow into each other, like the dunes and rivers and marshes. Zaha has ideas. She designs clothes for herself. She arranges her furniture. She loves her mirror because the corners aren't square. There are no corners in the dunes or rivers or marshes. Zaha is a Muslim girl who attends a Catholic school and loves math, and still thinks about ancient ruins. She leaves home to learn more about cities and how to build them. She has ideas. In London, Zaha studies to be an architect. She fills notebooks with plans and designs. She makes paintings of the cities she sees in her mind. Zaha graduates with honors, rents a room in an old school building, and opens her own office, Studio 9. A few friends join her. They all work hard, night and day, making drawings and plans. We never slept. Zaha's designs don't look like other designs. Her buildings swoosh and zoom and flow and fly. The world is not a rectangle. No one wants to build her unusual designs. They say they can't be built, but Zaha knows they can. So she enters competition after competition, hoping to win, hoping someone will be brave enough to build them. Finally, one of Zaha's designs is chosen. The architect judges think her plan is best. But the city committee doesn't like it and won't build it. They hold another competition. Her design wins again, and still they refuse. "She's an Arab. This can't be built. Impossible! She's a woman." Hadid means iron in Arabic, and Zaha is strong as iron. She keeps on working, one plan after another. "I made a conscious decision not to stop." Zaha remembers the grasses in the marshes swaying and sees tall buildings dancing like grass. Zaha remembers the wind in the dunes and feels it blowing over and around and through her desert building. Zaha looks at shells and cradles her stadium like a cocoon. Zaha looks at stones in a stream and builds an opera house like the pebbles in the water. Inside the opera house, a singer is the pearl in the oyster shell. Zaha looks up at stars and galaxies and sees swirling buildings. Zaha looks at waves and sees a bridge that moves with the water. Zaha looks at the Alps and builds a museum inside a mountain peak with windows to see the sky and the valleys. Zaha's ski jump reaches to the sky like the mountains. Zaha thinks of the jungle and the ancient wood temples and builds a wooden building to remember a faraway war. One by one, Zaha's designs become buildings all over the world. We do this so you can be in a simple place and feel good. Zaha is so busy now that every room in the old school building is filled. Over 400 architects work in these rooms, designing, planning, engineering, and making models of Zaha's visions. You should do what you like. Zaha designs a dollhouse, and shoes, and chairs. She designs a stalactite sculpture, and an iceberg seat. I can't stop thinking. Sometimes, when she's working, Zaha's early memories return. The beauty of the landscape, where sand, water, reeds, birds, buildings, and people all somehow flow together, has never left me. I still believe in the impossible. Then one night, the light in Zaha's window goes dark. She has left this world. But her architects keep their lights on, designing, planning, engineering, and making models of her visions, keeping her flame blazing bright, even though Zaha is gone. They show where each one of her works ended up in the world. And it's still the illustrations of the books, but you can see these images if you look on Google Images and search, for example, for her Bergisel ski jump in Austria, or for the BA headquarters in the United Arab Emirates. So you can find photographs of the buildings. Some of them are still being built, like her stadium in Qatar. The Al Wakra Stadium, which was supposed to be, I think, for the World Cup. All right, so Zaha was daring. Quote, "The world is not a rectangle. You don't go into a park and say, 'My God, we don't have any corners.'" Zaha was original. Quote, "My work is not within the accepted box. Maybe because I'm a woman, also an Arab." Zaha spoke her mind. Quote, "As a woman, I'm expected to want everything to be nice, and to be nice myself. I don't design nice buildings. I don't like them." Zaha Mohammed Hadid was born in Baghdad, Iraq on October 31st, 1950, and she died in Miami, Florida on March 31st, 2016. She was 65 years old. Zaha had degrees in mathematics and architecture. She lived in London and was made a Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire in 2012. Among the many awards and honors Zaha received in her lifetime were the Pritzker Prize, the most prestigious architecture award in the world, and the Royal Institute of British Architects Royal Gold Medal, the top architecture award in Britain. She was the first woman ever to receive these awards. The end.